It's just, wow. I still cannot believe that I did something like this. Like, I could not believe I did that. This one man stole my phone. So from May 9th getting fired to May 19th, 10 days later, visiting that same club, I got hired at the same exact club on May 31st. To keep up with her, just know that I was fighting for my life, y'all. I was fighting for my life. Hey guys, this is Beautiffied, aka Tiffany Shyla, and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, this is part of my TIFFMAS series, and today I am going to be recapping my year with you guys. Oh my goodness, and what a year it was. First of all, does anybody else feel like this year has lasted literally 5 minutes? Because same, like when I was going through all of my stuff, like all of my pictures and videos so that I can make this video, I just could not believe that some things that felt like it happened just a week ago was like 4 months ago. Like, it's just insane. But anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna get right into this video and I am going to recap my year for you guys. I have my notes, so stay with me. Okay guys, so let's start off in January, and I'm gonna try to add footage if I can. Let me see, maybe I should move over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move over for this video. So in this video, I'm gonna try to add footage if I can, and I'm gonna put it on this side. So I moved over to give myself enough room, but we're gonna go ahead and start off in January. So starting off in January, guys, I literally spent top of January 9th, I spent it in the hospital. Please tell me why I got an upper respiratory infection. Literally 1 week after the new year began. And I'm just like, could my luck get any worse? Like, why am I in the hospital? And I was literally, guys, at this point, I really thought that I was dying. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't remember if it was this time or the next month. One of the two. It was just really bad. First of all, both were equally bad for me to go to the hospital, but I did spend this day in the hospital for an upper respiratory infection, and honestly I think it had something to do with like the cleanliness of hookahs. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but basically I don't think people were being sanitary with the hookahs that they were serving at the places that I was going to. But that was something to start my new year off there. Moving on, January 15th through the 20th, guys, I took my first trip. Well, this is my first trip. I've gone as a child, like a baby to Jamaica with my dad, but this was my very first time as an adult taking a trip with my father. I don't know, a lot of you guys may not know, but we're building a relationship, and this was my first time one-on-one with my father. And we were out the States. We went to his home country and in the city, Ocho Rios. So it was very fun, guys. I spent a lot of time just like enjoying the moments that we were creating, and I got to see a lot of my family history. I got to meet a lot of people that knew my father as well. I even met somebody that knew my father's father, and he took me to tour the entire island pretty much. I even got to see my father's, where my father's place, well, my father's father, so my grandfather, I saw where his place was located on Dunn's River. He had a shop there. Unfortunately, throughout the years, it had gotten taken down, but he showed me exactly where it was located, which was right where the bridge was over the river, and that was really, really cool for me to see. And we pretty much brought his birthday in, his 59th birthday, in together in Jamaica, and that was a really nice time. So moving on, on January 29th, about 9 days after I got back from my trip in Jamaica. Tell me why I was at work, and the way that like my job operated back then, like we used to leave our stuff on our little POS system all the time. And I would always leave my phones, because I had 2 phones. I would always leave my phones sitting on the countertop, because it's like nobody ever touched it, because we don't really deal with thieves like that at all. Like the most theft we would get is somebody trying to walk out on the tab, or actually walking out on the tab and succeeding. But we don't deal with thieves, so we all would leave our phones on the POS system and everything. Please tell me why on January 29th, guys, this one man stole my phone. I got all the way back home, and I was like, wait, I haven't seen my second phone the whole entire shift. Like, so I'm thinking like maybe, because at that time I used to be dropping my phone in my car. So I thought it was in my car and it fell by accident. Y'all, I checked the location off of my first phone, and my second phone said it was about 25 minutes away from me, sitting at a gas station. Y'all, I barely told my boyfriend, and we booked it out of the house. I'm telling you, I was going to go by myself, but I was like, you know what? Let me just tell him, because my boyfriend is super overprotective or whatever. And I know that sometimes people don't be taking women seriously, even though I was very prepared to do what I had to do to get my phone back. But as I was looking at the location, it just said it was staying there in the same spot. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, did somebody throw my phone out the window? Like, I didn't know. Turns out this man stole my phone from my job. Mind you, I saw him that night. Stole my phone from my job and was drunk and passed out in his car at the gas station. Do you know that he was passed out so hard that we were banging on the window and everything? This man did not budge for hours. I think I had gotten off that day at like maybe 3 o'clock. Please tell me why I didn't get my phone till 7 o'clock. And we were waiting all 4 hours. We were waiting for the cops to arrive. We had called them right when we got there. As we were banging on the window, they didn't come till after we already retrieved the phone. Do y'all know that this man was trying to say he didn't steal it because he told the bartender, he asked the bartender if it was her phone, and she said no, so he took it? Sir, you stole. Anywho, but yeah, I got my phone stolen for the first time ever, January 29th. Thankfully, I got it back, and thankfully nobody had to get hurt in the process, because I just know my boyfriend, I had to talk my boyfriend out of not doing anything to that man, because it was about to go down, y'all. So let's move on to February. In February, guys, I was amped up on content. I was filming so much content. I was working out like crazy. Like, I got my workouts up. I was in the gym. I actually have ClassPass, so I was able to check how many workout sessions I would be doing and things of that nature. Like, I was really in the gym getting it, y'all. And also, I dedicated this time to also increase my self-care regimen. So I was spending a lot of time doing self-care things, and then at the end of February, on February 19th, guys, I was back in the hospital again, and this time, okay, this was a really bad time. So the first time, okay, now it's starting to come back to me. Back in January, when I was telling you guys, I can't remember about like the hospital visits or whatever, I was getting them mixed up. So back in January, the upper respiratory infection literally made me feel so horrible. Back then, I didn't think, this is not the time where I thought that I was about to pass away. Thank goodness it didn't happen. But back in January, my asthma, I have asthma. So when I got the upper respiratory infection, it was killing my asthma. They had to give me a breathing treatment to help me for my asthma. They had to give me antibiotics and everything. Like, it was so super hard to breathe because my asthma, along with the upper respiratory infection, like, it just was not a good combination at all. Now, this time, in February, the second time around when I went in the hospital, this was like, oh my goodness. So I came home from work. It was on a Sunday, I'm almost positive. And I went to go lay down after work. I was working till the wee hours of the morning. And as soon as I went to go lay down, everything started spinning around me. I started getting real nauseous. I was like shaking OD. I have tinnitus, however you say it. And my ears were literally pulsing so hard. Like, I really thought this was the end, guys. Like, it was really, 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 really bad. Like, I was so weak. I could barely stand up. Like, when we went to the hospital for this time, my boyfriend ended up walking me over. Like, he literally had to pick me up and walk with me because I could barely stand up straight into the hospital. It was just really bad. I was really weak, and it was because I got COVID. Imagine that. Like, that COVID was kicking my butt like that, y'all. Like, I didn't even know that it could do that, because the first 2 times around I had COVID, it was not giving that at all. So imagine this third time around. I really felt like I was on my deathbed. Like, I was so scared, guys. My mom ended up coming. She took the day off of work, and so did my boyfriend, and they ended up spending the time with me because the way I was so weak, we were scared. But thank God that it was nothing too big that my body couldn't handle, because I ended up bouncing back from it, obviously, and getting better. So we're gonna move on to March. During the month of March, I spent a lot of time working out again. Like, I was in the gym heavy this whole year, but at the top of the year, I was real consistent. More Pilates classes. I don't remember if I was doing boxing back then too, but I think so. My boyfriend and I, we were going on lots of dates that increased. I also was spending a lot of time with my family. Thank God. I was very grateful for that, because you know, working in the club, you don't really get to spend a lot of time with your family if, you know, I don't know. If you know, you know. I can't really explain it without just saying too much. But I got to spend a lot more time with my family back in March. My nephews especially, and that made me really happy because I really value my time with my family. There were 3 birthdays I had to celebrate, like, back to back. Them Pisces gonna do it, y'all. Now, for March 20th, I went and I took a trip to Grenada. I think I vlogged that for you guys. So if you're new to my channel, go back and watch that vlog. I vlogged my trip to Grenada, and it was a blast. As you guys know, my mom is from there, so I always have so much fun when I'm in Grenada. But this time, my sister and I went together, and she actually went for business more so, but I went for leisure, and also because I wanted to help her celebrate her birthday. But it was such a fun time, guys. I had a blast. We got to see my Tanty Jean, which is my great aunt, so my mother's aunt. We got to see her. I ended up taking her onto the beach that she lives across the street from. I ended up taking her to the beach for the first time in years. And she was having so much fun, putting her feet in the sand, touching the sand, just touching the water. She put the water on her skin. She loved it, guys, and it just made me feel so good, because it's just like, imagine living across the street from a beautiful beach like that, and you just don't go. But also, I understand why she doesn't go, because she's further up in age, so like her gait is not as great as you know, a younger person's would be. So it's kind of hard to walk all the way down the stairs to the beach and things like that because she has issues with her knees and legs. But she had so much fun. I had a great time seeing her again. My sister and I got to explore the island some more, and that was really fun. We stayed at a resort, just fun times. So we're gonna move into April. During the month of April, I started a second club job. The club job I still work at right now, and it was pretty cool. I was just getting into it. So this was my second club job ever. I had been at the same job for 3 years, but I was working both clubs at the same time. It was fun. When I first started working there, I met some really lovely ladies. Still, I talk to them to this day. So I honestly don't have regrets about joining this club because I really met some phenomenal women that to this day I still keep up with. And on April 25th, I actually went out the country again, this time to Jamaica for the second time this year. And it was for a wedding. It was for my best friend's sister's wedding. And when I say we had so much fun, oh, okay, actually, I lied. So I think I had told y'all, hold on, let me see. I think I had told y'all to go watch my vlog on Grenada. But I don't think I ever released my Grenadian vlog, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me see. I sure didn't. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Yes, I vlogged everything for you guys to watch on my Grenada trip. So maybe I'll just make a new vlog for Grenada, but I thought I did. But instead, on April 25th, I made a Jamaica vlog. At the wedding, it was all my best friends there. We went to go support my best friend's sister with her union and her family, and it was just so much fun. So go check that vlog out and you guys will see how fun of a time we actually had. We were too turned up. All of her family and all of our friends, we just meshed so well. It was so much fun, y'all. So go check that out. During May, I was working. At this point I had 3 jobs, my corporate job, and then I had my 2 club jobs I was working at this point. And then on May 8th, my grandmother on my father's side ended up giving us a health scare. She actually suffered from a mild stroke. And that was just very sad and off-putting for everybody around. It was really, really sad for me. I don't know, I never really dealt with anything of that nature, so it was kind of hard for me to process something like that. But I spent a little bit more time with her trying to help my family members out where I could. And I loved every second of it. You can just tell that this woman is a woman of God. Like, even in this tested time, she is bobbing her head to some gospel music. She is singing her gospel songs, all of that. I had a phenomenal time with her, and I thank God that everything is okay with her now. So the day after my grandmother had a stroke, so on May 9th, I actually got fired from that club job that I told you guys I was working for 3 years. I got fired the day after my grandmother had a stroke. I'm not going to get into too much detail about that, but it was pretty much based off of the events of, me having to watch my grandmother. So yeah, 3 years stopped on the 9th. On May 19th, which is 10 days after I got fired, I actually visited the competitor club that of my I wouldn't even say competitor, but so on Sundays used to be the day that, you know, that club that I was working at for 3 years would be popping. So they had another club which Sundays was their day to be popping, and basically, like, if my customers didn't come to see me on Sundays, they were always at that club. So I went to go visit there and see what the hype was about, because I never got to visit there because I was always working. So I actually got invited to that club from my friend that I met. This is what I'm telling you guys about. So I met a girl working at that second nightclub that I told you guys about. I met a bartender and we just hit it off, and she knew about my interest in going to check that club out because I was looking to pick up something to replace the job that I just lost. She invited me up to that club. I had a great time. I went to my friends and sat with my other friend because I could have, but I didn't sit at the bar that night. I sat in a section with one of my other friends. Shout out to Poppy. And we had so much fun that night, like so much fun. And then that same bartender friend ended up inviting me back. And on May 31st, I got hired at that club. So from May 9th, getting fired, to May 19th, 10 days later, visiting that same club, I got hired at the same exact club on May 31st. And thank God, because I honestly love it there. I have absolutely no complaints at all. I have met some wonderful, hardworking, and just genuine women working at that club. So I'm very grateful. So shout out to my friend Naz for putting me on that job. It just goes to show you, like, how blessings come at times where you're not expecting it, because I was so scared to start over after I, lost that job, because I had been working there for 3 years. It was all I knew for 3 years. Everybody knew me for working there for 3 years. And it's like, to get that quick turnaround and not have to do anything for it, not have to, sell myself for it or be untrue to myself is what I'm trying to say. It was just a blessing. So I thank God for that. You guys have to be kind to everyone you are in passing with, because you never know, like, what this person's purpose is in your life. Because I was just being nice to my co-worker. We just sat down and had a long conversation one day, not knowing she would be the one to put me onto this job. You know what I'm saying? So just treat everybody with kindness, because you never know what purpose somebody has to serve for you, or what you can do for them in their lives. You never know. So that was just a grateful month. June, I started eating way healthier in June. I was working nonstop at this point, and I was really in my content bag. Like, when I was scrolling through all my videos, I kept seeing all the content I was creating on TikTok. Like, I was going in, y'all. And then it started to warm up a little bit outside, and on June 20th was the spring kickoff. So I'm going to show you guys footage of that. We're going to go to July. I started to spend more quality time with my family and my boyfriend, even more, guys. I don't think that I said this, but, well, I did say it, but not to the extent. Working in club jobs, you do not get to spend a lot of time with your family, and especially at the job that I was working at before, my very first club job, one of 3 years, I did not get to spend the most time with my family at all. So once I stopped working there, I really tried to prioritize my time with my family, my nephews, to just be present with their milestones, to be present with my boyfriend, things like that. So that is what I spent most of my July doing. On July 30th, I tried my first quick weave out, and that was such a fun experience. I think I showed you guys, actually no, it's on my TikTok, how I got my first quick weave in. It was so cute. I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like in a video. But yes, I was trying all different types of new hairstyles and all of that. So August, I also was trying to change up my hairstyle. So I was experimenting with different quick weave styles. I think I tried out 2 more quick weave hairstyles, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3. So that was pretty fun. It made me feel good because that was actually on my resolution list to try out different things with my hair. So yeah, August 7th, I toured different cars that I wanted to buy, because I don't know, I just felt like it was time for a change. I really wanted to just see, you know, what car I was interested in buying in the future, whether that be the near future or further out, whatever the case was. But I was touring cars that I could see myself in, like a dream car type deal. On August 16th, I went and I partied in DC for the first time with one of my very first club friends, Tasha. It was her birthday that weekend, and we had a great time. I flew out there literally for like 2 days, maybe 3. So much fun. Like, she had a huge group of friends come or whatever, and every single girl there got along with one another. There were no bad vibes that night at all. Well, those nights that we were there, we went on a boat party, and it was just so much fun. Everybody was so turned. Oh yeah, I did. If you guys want to watch that too, I did a vlog on that, so you can go check it out on my channel as well. And then I turned around after that trip, and literally left the airport and went right to my line sister's baby shower. And that was very fun. Well, not her baby shower, it was her baby gender reveal, excuse me. So we got to see that she was having a beautiful baby boy. Unfortunately, she was sad about that because, you know, obviously she thought she was going to be raising a future K, but she was blessed with a beautiful boy instead, and he is here now, and she is loving every minute of him. So she wasn't that disappointed, and she got her blessing at the end of the day. So I'm so happy for her. And then my boyfriend and I started going on much more, well, I would say many more nature dates, because it started to get warm outside. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, my boyfriend and I started to go on many more nature dates because it finally started to get warm outside. And if you know us, you know we are good for a nature date, like anything. It don't matter. The sun come out and we are going to sit in the park and have a picnic. It doesn't matter. It takes nothing. But yes, we were going on nature dates, and then August 30th came up, and I went back home to Brooklyn for Carnival, for Labor Day weekend Carnival. I played my first mask, you guys. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness. I actually just reviewed some footage from then, and I just had a blast. Like, I had a blast. I was supposed to, excuse me, I was supposed to actually edit a vlog for then, but I completely forgot. So maybe I'll still edit that vlog to show you guys what it's about too. But I played my first mask as an adult, which is a costume that we dress up in and dance with the band to the music for hours at a time. I played it with my mom, which was so funny. I was just like, like, this is an experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people get to say that they play mask? So I left off saying how many people get to actually enjoy playing mask with their mom. Not a lot of people. So I honestly had me a great time. My mom and I partied from sun up to sundown, literally. If you know that lady, when anything with soca music is involved, she is going to literally be there, be present, and she is a party animal. So I was actually trying to keep up with her, believe it or not, even though she is, I'm way younger than my mother. So it's just like, to keep up with her, just know that I was fighting for my life, y'all. I was fighting for my life. So we're gonna move on. Oh, and I actually got to spend more time with my dad, as well as my younger brother on my father's side. We got to spend more time together, so I really enjoyed that, of course. Getting more quality moments. So we're gonna move on to September 7th. I actually got to attend my 10-year class reunion, so class of 2014. I had so much fun. I was not gonna attend it, you guys. I really was not. And I don't know, something in my spirit just said, just go. Like, you don't know, you're prejudging the event before you even go. You don't know if you're gonna have fun at it or not. And I had so much fun seeing people from high school, catching up with them, especially some people that I've known all the way since middle school. Like, it just was so much fun, in my opinion. And I just feel like these are certain moments that you cannot get back, so why not do things like this? Like, you don't want to regret anything. So if you guys do have a class reunion coming up, I do highly encourage you guys to go, even if you're not a very social person, if you're an introvert, whatever the case is. You're doing yourself more harm than good if you do not attend it, because you never know, like, you know, you just don't know when the next time you'll be able to see these people. You don't know what new experiences you may be able to create with these people, what new bonds you may be able to create with people that you never even thought about creating with, things like that. So the day after was, so September 8th, was one of my guy best friends from college. It was his wedding, and I was so happy for him. I was so happy to see him. I hadn't seen him since I graduated back in 2019. And it just was just so beautiful watching their union. It's just like, you know, when you know somebody for a really long time, when you guys were just so young and immature, to see them doing things like getting married, having children, serious things. It's like, but I knew you when we were doing XYZ things we were not supposed to be doing all the way back then. You know what I'm saying? But it's so funny to see the growth, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Like, it's like you always have those core memories, and now you're creating new ones and getting to witness them create new beginnings and things of that nature. So I was so proud of him, and I was so happy for him and his wife. She looked so nice, and they just looked so cute together. So God bless their union. That was September. in October, my sister and I were still prioritizing more time with our family. So I made boo baskets. I helped her make boo baskets for her kids, and they really enjoyed that. That was a very fun experience to make that. It was so funny and nice. And then on October 13th, unfortunately, I experienced a great loss of a friend that I met through college. He passed away, and I don't know, I hadn't dealt with a loss like that in years. I want to say since like 2009 or something like that. I hadn't dealt with a loss of anybody that was close to me since back then, if I'm not mistaken. Just a long time ago. So it just was really sad for me, and I really just didn't take it. I didn't really take it very well. I ended up losing a bunch of weight just because it's like, I don't know, it just, things like that don't process well with me. Like, to this day, that was all the way in October, and to this day it's still very unbelievable, and I find myself like thinking about the moment and things like that. So God rest his soul. I pray for him all the time and his family. So we're gonna move on to October 17th. On October 17th, I tried a new hair color, getting ready to bring in my birthday. I hope you guys liked it. I actually think I had this hair color in for one of my previous videos, but I don't think so at the same time. But yes, I did try a new hair color, and then on October 23rd, went to St. Martin. And that was my first time St. Martin. I was bringing in my birthday. Y'all, when I say I had a blast, nothing short of a marvelous time. Like, St. Martin is a beautiful island. I am so glad that I got to experience it. I didn't imagine that when I was going in, I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. I actually am going to provide you guys with a vlog. I'm in the process of editing that now, of St. Martin, my birthday trip. I ended up getting blackout drunk for the very first time, so that was insane. And ever since my birthday, I have not been able to drink like how I used to drink after that moment of me blacking out. Not fun. Do not drink, kids. Adults, y'all too. But yes, we ended up going to a St. Martin strip club. We visited a nearby island, Anguilla. That was so nice. Oh my goodness, it was so beautiful, guys. Everything about that trip. We took a mini tour, multiple. It was just so much fun. I can't wait to show you guys that vlog. So yes, I came back to the States on, I think, the 29th. So I spent like 6 days. Yeah, I did spend 6 days in St. Martin. Came back home on the 29th, and then October 30th. One of the cars that I toured back in August, one of my cars that I feel like is my dream car, I ended up buying. I bought my first car, and that was my first time buying a car. It was my first dream car. It's just, wow. I still cannot believe that I did something like this. Like, I could not believe I did that. When you work hard, you get to play hard, guys. But that doesn't mean the work is finished, because it is not finished yet. The marathon still continues. So I have to work my butt off, because this is only the first of many dream cars that I will be purchasing. So yeah, check that vlog out. I definitely did a dream car shopping and buying vlog, so you guys can check that out on my channel. That was on October 30th. In November, I celebrated the entire Scorpio season. I celebrated from the moment that Scorpio season began, which was the day before my birthday, all the way up until the end of Scorpio season. Y'all, you would have thought that I was sponsoring Scorpio season. The way I was turning up, I was going in. It was such a fun time. I'm not gonna lie, I had an amazing time this year. And I normally don't like to celebrate my birthday like in that type of fashion, but I really went all in, and it was just because I was just feeling blessed to be here. So thank God for that. So in November, on the 8th, my nephew and I did some volunteer work. I got to take him to go volunteering, and it was so nice because, you know, at a young age, kids should know that they need to give back to their community. And I was so excited to create that experience for my nephew. He was so gracious, and he just was willing to volunteer that time willingly, and was so happy for the cause after he found out exactly what he was doing, which was helping other children in need that needed meals in school and things like that overseas. He was so excited to tell everybody what he did, the work that he did, and I'm so proud of him for that. On the 9th of November, I shot at the range with my sister at a gun range. We were learning how to pretty much shoot different types of guns, and we're still in the process of doing so, but it's so fun to create those memories with my sister. We always have like the most fun, even though I'm not saying that playing with guns is fun. I'm just saying when we're together, it's just, it makes it a little less stressful, and also we're learning a skill, developing a skill just in case we may ever need it one day, or just to be prepared. You never know. So on the 13th of November, I ended up in urgent care again, guys. Oh my goodness, I could not stay up out of urgent care in the hospital this year, but thankfully this one wasn't too bad. It just was like lack of sleep and stress was just pretty much causing my body to shut down. And you guys, don't let it get to that point. Take care of your bodies, guys. Take it from me, that was not a great feeling, but with the help of the doctors and an IV bag, I was back to normal. Honestly, it took a while back to get back to normal because it just was a lot going on. But we made it, and now I try to prioritize, you know, my rest and not stressing as much these days. And lastly, on November 21st, I went to the DeVito concert with my best friend, and we had so much fun. Guys, if you haven't gotten to attend one of his concerts, you should go because it was just a great experience. This one was for his birthday, and I didn't realize how many songs I knew and loved from DeVito, but yes, I had a great time. We both did. We were turned up. But yes, guys, and now we are currently in December, so it is time to make new memories before the year ends, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. Hopefully that includes reaching a few of my short-term goals, knocking that out before 2025. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and run this up, share this video, leave a comment, like the video, whatever you need to do to help me reach that goal. But yes, guys, that was the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on my next video. Bye.